All right.
Okay.
Welcome everyone. Today I'm being the moderator, and Neil is going to be the coach for today. Neil, you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Okay, hi guys. My name is Neil Bhatia. I'll be your instructor for this lesson.
All right. So Neil, with this we'll get started. I believe last time everyone introduced themselves on the call, so I've seen the video recording of the previous call. It was interesting call. I hope you got to do some homework after that. You practiced a little. Last time we learned patterns. Today we're going to learn something new. We're going to learn about the importance of painting or drawing to solve the problems. I won't say painting, but drawing to solve the problems. Now, Neil, with this, I'll hand over to you. Why don't you explain what they're supposed to do? And over to you, Neil.
Okay, so for a warm up, we'll be learning about drawing a picture. And for this question, just like draw a picture of what you see. It doesn't have to be too elaborate, and y'all can get started in it. Tell us once you're done.
So, this is a little girl on the boat. Maybe a boy, I don't know. I think it's a girl. She looks in the water. What will she see in the water? So you have to draw what she sees in the water. It will be a mirror image or reflection. When you see yourself in the mirror, you see a mirror image of yourself. If I raise my right hand in the mirror, it looks like the left hand is raised. So who will want to try to draw the mirror image of what this girl sees in the water? When she looks in the water, you will see a mirror image. Any volunteers? Anyone wants to volunteer and then use the pen or annotation on the iPad and draw it? Okay. Cyan has raised his hand. Cyan, do you want to unmute yourself? Yeah. So why don't you annotate and then draw it?
Okay, I'll draw it. So what she sees in the water, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do there. It can be upside down. Actually, no.
Yeah.
I need to raise my thing. I
Should
did a mistake.
share in annotations. Yeah, it has been erased.
Not that. Where's the eraser?
It's a bit difficult to draw with iPad. With a pen and paper, it's much easier. We are more used to pen and paper, then it will be easier for you with a pen and paper or maybe a crayon. But let's try with the iPad. Hmm. So where will the moon face? She's looking in the water. It will be easier if you draw it here. Instead of drawing on the side, the question is like draw a mirror image of what she sees in the water. If you draw it here, it will be slightly easier. But this is a good attempt. I can understand you try to draw the tree which is upwards, and then there's a moon on this side. Just it will face on the other side. Shonak has raised a hand. Shonak, you want to try drawing on the water?
Okay, so drawing on the water.
Good job, Sayan. Good job drawing it. Now we'll pass it on to Sayan. Let me first clear the previous drawings. Yeah, now you can start drawing, Shonak. Try to draw below the line. Try to draw below the line, and then it will be clear to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I know how to draw, but I don't. Well, how do we draw?
Neil, can you guide him how to draw on iPad?
So
I'm on
if
my.
you want to draw something, there's a little pencil button in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
but that isn't appearing. That isn't
Uh,
appearing.
Try minimizing your like the board that shows all of the characters, like people, and also tap on the screen. That usually makes it show.
Yeah, the things do so, but nothing's happening. Yeah. I still see nothing.
Are you trying to draw?
Yeah, I'm trying to draw, but there's no way to draw. I'm just gonna try and draw on my paper.
Okay, if you can probably bring your paper in front of the camera.
Okay.
We'll go one by one.
You
Kinara
would,
is showing, yeah. I
yes.
can see the other side. Yeah, Kinara has done a good job with the drawing. She has drawn the tree which is inverse, and she has drawn the moon, and she's also drawn her boat upside down. If you can see her screen, I think that's a good job, Kinara.
So my idea is first she would see herself, but then she would but then she would also see her. She would also see her boat, and she might see and it might be, the picture might be upside down, but after thinking a bit, it isn't. Yeah. So she might also see the tree right here. Like it will be very similar to the old picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think we might not. Well, yeah, I think it will be similar, but I also think that the tree will be upside down, and so will be the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shaunak, without a paper, it's difficult to see what you've drawn, but what you described, the tree will be upside down. That is absolutely correct. Now, in the interest of time, I'm going to move to the next screen. Now, Neil, why don't you explain what you see in the screen? This is like a real picture captured with the camera. And if you can help the other boys and girls understand what they see in the picture and what's the mirror image.
So this is an example of a mirror image, and it's in the lake, and whatever's the lake is basically reflecting the trees and grass and scenery onto the water, which is then taken into photo. A mirror image is basically something that's been flipped in one way or the other. It could be flipped from ups. It could be flipped upside down. It could be flipped from left to right. It could be flipped diagonally also.
All right. So everyone appreciates mirror image. When we solve problems, sometimes you have to draw a mirror image, or there will be a problem that what is the mirror image of this? Sometimes they rotate the image by 90 degree, and then they ask you if you rotate 2 times, what will the image look like? With this, Neil, you want to talk about the slide? If you solve problems, often you use symbols. Why don't you explain to them, and then we'll go to one of the problems.
So one great strategy for solving problems is drawing a picture, and just so you know, these pictures, it will help you see stuff that is not understandable just by reading the question, and it can greatly help you in solving problems. And your drawings don't have to be extremely elaborate, or they can be pretty simple. For example, if you want to draw 5 people, you could just like, draw 5 circles to represent stuff. If you want to draw like, different items, you can just use different colors or whatever. So overall, drawing pictures is a really great strat for anything you want to do, and it will increase your solving speed and make your life a lot easier.
Yeah. So as we solve the problems today, for each of the problem, we will ask you to draw a picture to solve the problem. You will learn how pictures can be used or how small drawings can be used to solve
Smile.
the problem.
Why are you looking so sad?
Okay. Yeah. So Neil, before we start into problems, do you want to do any icebreakers? Do you have some riddles to ask the team? Why don't you ask a riddle before we do actual problems today?
All right. So just before we start, let's take a break and have some fun. I've got a riddle for y'all. Why was 7 afraid of 10?
Or is it the other way? Why is 10 afraid of 7?
Oh yeah, why was 10 afraid of 7?
7, 8, 9.
Good.
Good job. All right, now this was a fun riddle. Now we're going to do the actual problems. Let's start with the actual problems. Neil, over to you.
Okay. Together, Chip and Dale have 8 nuts. They divided them equally between the 2 of them. Chip ate 1 nut. How many nuts does he have left?
Okay, Shaunak has raised a hand. Shaunak, you can unmute yourself. I'll give others 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, Shaunak, you can unmute and show us the answer, but try to show us the answer with the drawing.
Okay, so there would be 8 nuts. So let me just draw them on my paper because I can't draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'll draw them for you on the screen.
So there were 8, right? And they divided them equally, and there's 2 of them, so it'd be 1.5. So that here's an easy strategy to use it. Just go from the edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would mean that there would be 4. Yeah. So let me just cross out this one. So now Chip ate 1 nut. So that means we would need to subtract. So that means we would need to subtract 4. I mean 1. So here's 4 and subtract 1. So that means the answer would be 3.
Is that the right answer? As you can see
Yes.
on the screen, Chip and Dave, they had 4 each. Then he ate 1 nut, so we subtracted, so you get 3 nuts. Good job. This is just a startup to show you how you can use drawings to solve the problems. Should we go to the next one?
Okay. A frog jumps on every rock, starting on rock number 3 and finishing on rock number 9. How many jumps does it make?
Saisha, you want to solve? Your hand is up.
Sure. So he starts on rock number 3 and he ends on rock number 9. So that would mean that he jumps on how many other rocks there is. So number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8. So when you count them, there are 7 rocks he jumps on, and he makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 jumps.
Is that the right answer? Did anyone arrive at a different answer? Does everyone agree to the answer Sesha has presented? Raise your hands if you believe it's a different answer, or you solved it in a different way, or you did the picture or the drawing in a different way. Shaunak, you raised your hand.
So I've got a different way. So we would make 9 rocks. So I would make 9 dots. 1, 2, 3. You see here. So then I would subtract 3 because we already jumped 3. So we would cross out 3. How many rocks are left? 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 rocks left.
That is correct. So you can also do it by subtraction, or you can do it by drawing. Good job, both of you. So with this, we'll move to the next problem. Let me clear all the drawings, the annotations I mean. Yeah. This gets more difficult now. Neil, why don't
Okay.
you explain the problem?
The sign shows the distance between villages. How far is it from Bahausti to Marmasti?
All of you solve it, and then after 20 seconds, I'll ask one of you to come and present with a drawing. Solve it on the pen and paper, then I'll invite you to speak. Cyan has raised his hand. Cyan, let's give others 10 seconds or 20 seconds to solve it on their pen and paper. Then I'll ask Cyan to present.
Okay, so Bahayasti like 4 kilometers away from Mugasti. And Kiripisti is 2 kilometers away from Mormaisti.
Mhm.
So I think for some.
Can you try to draw? Can you try to draw on the screen and explain to us how you're solving it?
Yeah, so okay, so and then so I think we need to do Bahayasti plus Mugasti, which is 4 plus 6. Then Kiripisti 2 kilometers plus more Maiste 5 kilometers. That would be 7. So 10 minus 7, 3 kilometers.
No, I think the
That
way
is actually.
can you explain to them how to solve the problem? There's a different way to solve the problem. I'm afraid what you just presented 3 may not be the right answer. I'll just clear the drawing.
Could I try?
All right.
Does anyone else want to try? Okay, so who is not presented? So we gave Sesha and Shaunak a chance. Someone who has not spoken yet. Ritika or Anshi, do you want to present? Do you know how to solve this problem?
All right. If you don't want to solve it, I'll just explain it.
Yeah, Neil, why don't you explain how to solve the problem with a drawing? Explain with a drawing so it will be easier for everyone to understand.
Okay. So let's start out by making a drawing. This works between Behesti and Marmiste, which could be represented by this. We'll use B for Behesti and M for Marmiste. And now we have to find the distance between them. And right in between them, there's a sign. The sign is to the right of Behesti and to the left of Marhesti. So it's in the middle of both of them, right here. Okay. So if Behesti is 4 kilometers in this direction and 5 kilometers in this direction, the distance between Behesti and Marmiste is 9, because 4 plus 5 equals 9. Did anybody not understand?
Shonal, you do
Right,
like this? I
good.
don't know. Are you raising your hand like this, Shonal? Did you want to say something? I was not clear when you do
No,
like
he's making a connection.
No, this is no. This me. I'm agreeing. That's how it works. I agree.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Just raise your hand like this so it's very clear. When you want to speak, raise your hand like this.
He doesn't want to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Okay. This okay, I learned. I didn't know. This means I agree. Good sign. Next time I'll also use this. I agree. Does everyone agree? Those who agree do like this. Okay. I see some people have raised their hands to say that they agree.
Sujitra, you're not raising your hand. Do you disagree? Sujitra?
Sarisha, I believe. Sarisha? Yeah,
No,
she's also.
Sujitra isn't agreeing. Sujitra? Hello, Sujitra, are you there? No, Sujitra. You're not raising your hand, so are you disagreeing? Are okay.
Okay,
If
should
you
we?
don't raise your hand, we'll just move on to the next problem.
Okay. So this one was more like a scale. You're standing in between on 0, 5 kilometers on the right hand side, 4 on the left hand side. So you have to add. So let me clear all this, clear the drawings. I'll move to the next page. Yeah. Neil, over to you.
13 children are playing hide and seek. One of them is a seeker. After a while, 9 children have been found. How many children are still hiding? Y'all can have 1 minute to solve this. After that, whoever wants to solve, y'all can raise your hands.
And try to solve it. When you present, you use drawings so others can also understand how did you solve it. Okay. So this time we'll give it to Artika. She has raised the hands and she is not presented.
I would present it, but so there are 13 children playing hide and seek at the playground. One of them was a seeker, and then 9 children had been found.
So why don't you draw like people, draw circle, draw children, draw the seeker with
Yeah,
a
like
different color,
draw stuff.
draw the other kids with a different color. Maybe use X for the seeker, use circles for the other players. Artika, do you want to draw on the screen so everyone can see? If you draw on pen and paper, the others may not be able to see. Click on the pen or annotation and then draw it on the screen. If you can explain what you've drawn and what do you think is the answer?
I got the answer as 3. This one was the seeker. It's the 4th one.
This one, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's 3 children hiding.
3 more which are yet to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I like the way you group with 5. Once you group with 5, it's easy. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's a good way to represent. Instead of drawing 13 kids in a row, you can group them by 5 or 10. It is very easy to count by 5 or it is easy to count as tens. This is a good way of drawing. Does anyone have a different answer? Does everyone agree that the answer is correct? Should we then go to the next problem, Neil?
The clowns at a circus were standing one behind another. Vivi said to Bibi, who was standing behind him, "Behind me, 4 clowns are standing." Bibi answered, "In front of me, only 3 clowns are standing." "How many clowns are standing in the line?" You'll have 1 minute to solve this, starting now.
I think Kinera has raised the hand and she has not presented for a long time. She presented in the beginning with the reflection of the mirror image. So Kinera, why don't you unmute yourself and then with a drawing, help us find the answer.
So, there are 4 clowns Baby said to Bibi, who is standing behind him. Behind him, 4 clowns are standing. Bibi answered, in front of me, only 3 clowns are standing. So there are 9 clowns in total because there's 4 clowns. 4 plus 3 equals 7. And then there's Vivi and Bibi, so that adds 2.
Why don't you draw like a straight line? They're standing in a straight line, one behind each other, and then just write V for VV and B for BB. So let me first clear it again for you. I'll clear it. Draw a straight line, put V for VV and B for BB.
You can do with this. Do with your finger on the screen.
So you start with one sentence at a time. Vivi said to Bibi. What did Bibi say?
Who is standing behind him?
Yeah, Vivi said to
He
Bibi
behind
standing
me,
behind
four
him.
clowns are standing. So
Yeah.
that's what Vivi said. So so there are 4 clowns over here and 3 clowns over here. That equals 7. And then Vivi and Vivi are also clowns, so that would equal 9.
9 is actually the incorrect answer because you are mixing it up and not having the same starting point. Because it is a line, there is one start point and one finish point. Okay.
So
Let's take
9
it
is not the
this.
right answer. We'll show you how to solve the I'll clear the drawings. Does anyone want to attempt it before we ask Neil to explain? Okay. Saisha, why don't you unmute yourself and
I want to.
okay, Anshi, okay, go ahead, Anshi. Let's give it to Anshi.
So Vivi said that there are 4 clowns behind her. Then Vivi said there are 3 clowns in front of him. So 4 plus 3 equals 7. There are 7 clowns in line.
Can you draw it for us so all of us can understand? How did you solve it? Draw it on the screen, use a pen, draw circles or cross for the clowns, whatever you present. Use V for VV, B for BB. Four plus three, 7. Yeah. So the answer is right, but in terms of drawing, if you draw on a straight line or if you draw, it will be easy to understand. So I agree the answer. Does everyone agree the 7 is the right answer? Yeah. But in terms of drawing, I like to see a drawing on a straight line, so it is easy to count. If you're okay, I'll erase this and then we'll give it to Saisha to try the drawing. Are you okay, Anshi, if I erase it? It is the right
Yes.
answer. Good job. It's the right answer. Saisha, you wanted to draw? Draw us and show how will you solve this problem.
Okay, so so this is the beginning of the line, and this is the end of the line. So Vivi is in front of, one second, of BB, And behind Vivi, there's 4 clowns. So including Vivi, there are 4 clowns. So 1, this is 1. Then there's 2, 3, 4. And then Vivi said in front of me there are only 3 clowns. So that also includes Vivi. So Vivi's 1 and then 2, 3. So when we count, we have 7 clowns.
Yeah, that's a good way of representation. So this is how you also solve maths, but you're also learning to draw on a mathematical scale. For example, in the previous drawing, it was about roads. In this drawing, it is about clowns. Sometimes they may be encircled. Okay. So does everyone agree? Is the 7th clown? Can we erase and then move to the next problem? Does anyone have doubts? Anshi, your hand is raised. Did you want to say anything? Maybe it is from the previous one. You raised the hand. So I'll erase the drawings and then I'll move to the next one.
All right. A dragon has 3 heads. Every time a hero cuts off one head, 3 new heads grow. The hero cuts off one head, and then he cuts off one head again. How many heads does the dragon have now? Y'all have 1 minute to solve this. And also get ready to show a drawing to everybody. All right, looks like most people are done.
Okay.
So,
Shaunak raised the hand.
Samak or Sayan, which one of y'all wants to solve?
Let's give it to Shaunak.
Okay, Shonak, show us how you did it. With a drawing.
Okay. Okay. So here are the dragon's 3 heads. It's a little bit tiny. Yeah. So you cross out 1 so you cross out 1 for another 3. And 2 plus 3 equals 5. So then he crosses and then the hero cuts off another 1. So that would equal another 3. And we already have 2. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 7 equals 7. So that would mean there would be 7 heads.
One more cut.
Yes. So that's the right
Wait.
answer.
That is correct. And for everybody else, I drew a photo on the board. Does everyone understand? Are we okay to move on to the next problem? All right, I'll take that as a yes. Next problem.
So that was the last problem for the day, but we have 20 more minutes. If we have time, then I'll bring up the 2019 question paper to show you what kind of problems are asked on the actual math kangaroo test. So Neil, before I bring up the 2019 paper, do you want to wrap up for today and just say what you learned? Do you want to summarize it?
Okay.
Okay.
So if there's no picture in the problem, it's really useful to just make your own picture. Diagrams are also really useful for keeping track of the various stages of a problem. So don't go crazy with the drawings, just use simple symbols and try to draw the scale.
Shall I go to the next slide, which is like the bonus question? There's a bonus question. This is more tough.
Simon has two identical aquariums. There are 26 quarts of water in one and 42 quarts of water in the other. How many quarts of water does Simon need to pour from the second aquarium into the first in order to have the same amount of water in both? All right, you'll have a minute to solve this problem starting now. Also, be prepared to draw a picture to show to the class how you solved it. We think most people are done now. Anshi, would you like to solve this problem? Anshi, would you like to show us you did it? Turn your mic on and also speak. Please.
So there were 26
Right.
quarts of water in one and 42 quarts of water in the other. So 42 minus 26 equals 16, and 16's half equals 8. So 42 minus 8 equals 34, and 26 plus 8 equals 34. So we need to put 48 quarts of water from the 42 in the 26.
Right, could you draw a picture to show us? Like, can you draw a picture of the aquariums?
I don't want to do it.
All right.
Answer is right. Good job. Let's ask someone else to draw, Neil. Why don't you ask someone else to draw?
Okay. Saisha, you wanna draw?
Okay. So I just found the average of both of them. 20, 42 divided by 2. And I got 34 as their average. So that's how many they need to have in both. So I drew tally marks. Right. So this is the first aquarium. Yeah. That was the one tally mark across. And then the second one. Let's see. and 2. So to make them have, so 26, you need to add 8 more quarts to make it 34. So you take 8, change the I think we can do that. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out. And then we can see that we have, and then both of them have 34 quarts.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Now, what I'll do is I'll invite Neil to show how to draw it like a mathematical or a geometrical figure. Now, when I see an aquarium, most of the aquariums I've seen are square, like a square cube. So, Neil, do you want to teach the kids how to draw mathematically, how to represent the aquarium mathematically, and then show the water in one and show the water in
Okay. So this is aquarium 1 and this is aquarium 2. Okay. Both of them have a preset level of water over here. This amount will never change. Now, so you can fill the aquarium to different levels. You can show that by drawing extra lines. This much right here is how much both of them need to be. And this is how much they actually have. So basically, you'll need to find out how much do I need to move from aquarium 2 to aquarium 1, which can be solved by finding the average or by drawing a picture. And oh no, what happened? My aquarium just got deleted.
Do you want to draw it again, Neil? Let me erase it and then draw from the beginning. Okay, you want to continue where you're drawing. Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, sorry, my bad. Let me go back.
you'll need to take away the aquarium water keeps on disappearing. So I'm having technical difficulties, but I think you'll get the point, right?
All right. So Neil, why don't let me go back and then show the same. There's a picture with the answer, and I'll show everyone the answer. So this is how you should try to draw. Can everyone see my screen? So what you see in the blue is before. This is aquarium A, which had 16 or 26. Sorry, this is aquarium B, which had 42. So you show more level. Now to bring it the same level, you need to move some water from this aquarium to this aquarium, and that is how we show as an arrow. Just to show you all the problems, if you have to solve it, I know it can be difficult to draw on the iPad. Today we solved most of these problems. The first one, there were 8 nuts, and then Dale had 4, Chip had 4, then we said Chip ate 1. So you see how this has been represented. So when you represent, you can try to represent like this. Then we solved a problem about hopping. We did something similar. We did the number 3 to 9, and then we moved from 3 to 9, and then we just counted how many hops. So we counted the number of arrows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are some ways to represent. Then we did the third problem where we showed uh, Behesti is 4 kilometers to the left, and Mormesti is 5 kilometers to the right. So we are at the center of the road. If you take left, you have to go 4 kilometers to reach Behesti. If you go right, you have to go 5 kilometers to reach Mormesti. So this is how you draw on the straight line. This is you show you are here, 4 kilometers this way, 5 kilometers this way. Then the question was how much will it take to go from B to M? And then the answer is 9. I'm just showing you some sample representations. We played the game of Seeker. So Seeker is shown with a different color. Then we did all the other players. And those players who are out, we can draw with a checkbox that they are out, or we can also cross them out that they're out, out, out. And then we count the remaining players. We did the problem with the clowns. Now, obviously, I don't want you to draw clowns because this is a maths exam. This is not a drawing and arts exam. So you can keep the representation simple. Just draw a smiley face and show this is VV, this is BB. Show 3 clowns behind it. Show 2 additional clowns, and then you count the total number of clowns. This is some way to represent the problems. We did the one with dragon. This was the first stage. 3 heads. You cut 1 head. 3 new heads emerge, and those heads are shown as a blue color. Now this becomes the starting point. You cut 1 more head. 3 more heads emerge, and then we get the final number of heads. So we solved all these problems today. This is just a representation of how you can solve it in your papers. Now what we're going to do now is we still have some more time, and we are going to solve the 2019 paper from the Math Kangaroo. And this will give you an idea about what kind of problems they ask in the Math Kangaroo. So as you see, there are different problems you get. You start with some simple problems. As you proceed, the problems become difficult. Overall, there will be, for grade 1 and 2, there are 24 problems. So we have 7 more minutes. I think we can do one, maybe we can do 2 more problems. Let's do one simple problem and then one medium problem. Which should we take? Should we take number 4? Does that look like a good problem? Let's start with number 4, Neil. Why don't you explain the problem and then we'll ask them to solve it.
Karen cuts one piece out of this grid. Which piece is the one she cut out? Right? Looks like Sion wants to solve it. So show us your answer and how you found it.
I didn't want to do it.
I said
But that's
Sanuk. I said Sanuk.
Oh,
I thought it said science.
I thought he said me.
Okay, so I think it would be E because if you look, the second and third one is circle square. Just flip it and it will become the same image as E.
Okay, good job. That's correct. The square and circle right here is the same as right here, but just flipped. That is correct, and
Yeah, but
we'll
there's
pass this on to
also
the
there's also square and circle here. Yeah. So you don't need to flip it. You can just take the last row and then the square and the circle in the last row. So that can also be the answer. Does everyone agree E is the right answer? Can someone explain why A or B are not the right answers?
Ada. Run mute.
Who's explaining why A and B and C and D are not the right answers? Can someone explain? Neil, ask one of them. Why don't you give them a chance?
Okay, She, you wanna explain?
So E is the only one that is in the figure. The other ones are not in the figure.
Yeah. So the way I look at it, the figure has A has triangle and a square. But if I look at the triangles, they don't have a square next to it. So we eliminate. We can also verify by elimination. We know E is the right answer. Let's quickly see if anything else is also the right answer. So A is triangle square. I don't see triangle square, triangle square. So I'll eliminate A. Let me draw it and then, okay, so. Oh, I'm not able, there you go. So A is not the right answer. Now I'll look at B, inverted triangle. So triangle, the pointed is down and then a circle. You have a triangle and a circle, but in this triangle, the point is to the top and the flat side, the long side is at the bottom. In this, it is inverted. So I don't have this inverted triangle. So we are crossing it out. Now, if you look at C, you have a star and then you have a triangle, but in C, the direction of the triangle is not correct. So we again cross out C. If you look at D, D has a star and then this is what I call as a diamond shape, but I don't see a diamond shape here. So D is also not the right column. First, you get the right answer. If you want to quickly verify if you're correct or wrong, you can try to eliminate all the other answers. Okay, did everyone get it? Can we quickly do one more problem before we call it a day? Should we do a slightly different one? Should we try to do number 8? Does number 8 look exciting?
All right. We're solving number 8. All right, Rika, would you like to show us how you got your answer?
Yeah, unmute yourself. Artika, you unmute, yeah.
I think this one would be 8 cents. And then this one would be wait, no. That one would be 4 cents. And then the apple would be 3 cents. So 4 plus 3 equals 7.
All right, could you tell us how you got the values for the pear and the apple?
I got it by breaking it into half, like how you can by 2s. So 4 plus 4 is 8, so I broke 8 into 4. And then the apples, there's 6, so I broke 6 to 3. So that's how I got 7.
Right, good job. That is correct.
Yeah. With this, we are at the top of the hour. We are at 7:30. We had blocked this calendar for 1 hour. I hope all of you enjoyed it. This is the last problem we'll solve for the day. Kranti, who is the coordinator for STEAM, and she's running this whole program in Kopal and nearby areas. She might send you additional handout material or some additional problems to solve during the week. And then she will communicate to you what is the next step, when are we going to meet again. So with this, we'll end the call. Tomorrow is the World Cup cricket match. How many of you are planning to watch the World Cup cricket? Hey, many of you. So are you planning to get up in the night or will you watch up once you get up? Who's planning to get up at 2:30 in the night? Hey, I see few hands up. Cool, name and all. So enjoy the cricket match tomorrow. Also do your maths homework, whatever Kranti sends out to you. We'll probably speak to you in a couple of weeks. You might have a different instructor in the next call. We'll work on it. Till then, enjoy the maths, have fun, enjoy the game tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.